Hello everyone, and welcome to So Many Games So Little Time. My name is Joachim, and today we will be unboxing Children of Morta, the board game. A game by Amir Salamati, and publisher is Dead Mage and Rooms Games. It runs in the family, and it's a deluxe edition. It also has the expansion pack, it has mats, and it has an extra set of dice, but I'm sure these dice are in here as well. It's a co-op game. So I got the extra dice. So I'm not going to look at these as much because it's probably going to be in here anyway. These two will look at it later as well. So as you may know, Children of Morta is based on the popular computer game, which I really enjoyed. Okay, so 1 to 4 players, 45 minutes, 12 plus to play. This is the other side of the box. So, and then this is the other one. All right, and then we see the back of the box. So as you can see, a cooperative adventure game based on the critically acclaimed video game. In the mystical realm of Rhea, where the shadows dance with secrets and ancient evils stir, a family of guardians known as the Bergsons has stood as the bulwark against encroaching darkness for generations. So you take on the role of a member of the Bergson family as they try to stop the spreading corruption of evil in their beloved land of Rhea. Defeat monsters and bosses to unlock upgrades for your hero, making them stronger and more prepared for what comes next. And remember, a family that slays together stays together. So yeah, just like the video game, you have the whole family that you can play as. This will contain some expansions and the Joey character and so on, but it should already be in the box. So it's not the stuff here that we'll see later, but that should already be in the box. I don't think there'll be art because it's so deep. Yeah, so there's no art, like I said. Okay, so different modes. So we've got story mode here. So we're going to take a look at it, but if it looks like it's going to be spoilery, then I'm not going to look at it. So I guess this can still open. So part 1 on each. Pay +1 on each purchase to remove a basic skill token with the same color from the bag. So this is just an overview, and I guess it will just continue. So yeah, so basically these are all the stuff. For example, yeah, so stuff there. That's all spoilerific, so I'm not going to go through it, but it looks pretty nice. The quality looks cool. You can see the fold out on the side as well, which I already showed. Here we've got some cards that are loose in there. So it looks like player aids. Let's take a quick look. So Encounter, John, Kevin, Linda, Lucy, and Mark. These are player aids for the different people. Because it says, for example, here with John, during the enemy run, John can reduce his shield to negate the damage, blah, 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 blah. So yeah. These are the main characters, the player aid. This is the baggie. Seems like a good quality and very pretty. Okay, there we go. Then we've got the rule book. So let's take a look. So the overview and the components. The hero board overview, and so this is the book that we just saw, right? The game concepts, performing actions, okay. When you end a run, additional rules. So this rulebook doesn't seem too big, so the symbols, so you know, bodes well. Family trial, solo mode. Okay, and then the bond table, achievements, and the FAQ, and the credits. Okay, and then here we have a pack of boards. Seems mostly player boards. Now, like I said, I have played the video game before, but now it's been a while. I tend to play when we visit China. Where my wife has her family, because then there's less that I can do over there. So my Steam Deck keeps me company. Okay, so here's John. A master at fighting with sword and shield, nothing can stop this father from protecting his family. The weight of his father's old sword and his shield, a gift from his brother Ben, might slow his arms down, but his slashes are powerful and sweeping. As you can see, it is double layered. It looks very nice. Okay, so his special abilities as well. So the back is just a normal board. Then we've got Mark. John and Mary's eldest son, he has devoted his life to obtaining balance physically and mentally. His continuous, well thought out and focused kicks and punches resemble a ritualistic dance rather than combat. He's one of the favorite people that I play with, to be honest. Then we've got Kevin. So the youngest son of John and Mary, and of course the boldest and swiftest. He uses his daggers with prodigious skill, and once immersed in combat, his speed is such that only his shadow can be seen. Okay. Then we've got Linda, her parents' firstborn. She is ever vigilant, ever focused, and as swift and delicate with a bow as she is with a fiddle stick. Linda is sharp enough that she can shoot her arrows as she walks, should the need arise. All right, and then finally Lucy, the youngest, except the one they have on the way. The most gifted in magic and the most playful. Combat is in fact nothing but a game to her, which she plays with the flames that flow from the palms of her hand. Yeah. You can see very cool images as well. Okay, so let's continue. These are more punch boards. You can already see some of the other stuff that's on the way. Well, more punch boards. We haven't had any yet. So let me quickly open this. All right, this is the first one. It says front. So you can see it's very thick. It's like 2 layers on top of it. So back, okay, front and back. And the next one. Okay. Then this one, so there's going to be some dials, maybe life or experience or whatever. Yep. Then we have this here, which will be for stuff that we will punch out later. All right. So it's for later. Okay, so then we have the first metal piece here. Very thick, very chunky. Okay, then we have also this one. All right, very beautiful, very nice. Then let's start with the dice. Actually, these are different than the ones I got. So these are smaller, and these ones are more marbled. They're bigger, so prettier. So I guess this is an upgrade. Okay, I misremembered. All right, so then these are just for the dials to actually make them. And then what else is in here? So I guess this is the deluxe and the retail version. This is the retail one, instead of the metal one that you see here. And it's printed on one side, not both. So there we go. And then we have these white little branches. What are these? Let me just quickly check the rule book. These are 12 wooden markers. Looks like if you put them together, you can make a little fence. Then we've got, which I imagine is money. It's metal. It's not too big, but it does look very good. Yeah, very nice. The hole in the middle is pretty cool. Okay, nice. Yeah, the coins or more. Then we've got the gemstones, which could have been just cubes, but no, they went the extra mile and made some very nice stones. I've never seen this kind of stone in any board game before, so that's always nice. So I guess these can also go in the storage. I don't know which one is supposed to go, which ones are supposed to go in there, so I'll just wait and see. I'm keeping these for the end, guys, and girls, and women, and men, and whatever. Okay, so all of these are, I think, similar to the punch boards, but these might be upgrades of those items. I'm pretty sure they are upgrades. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, so here we go. So these plastic tokens, a lot of symbols, look very nice. And we have these more tokens with symbols. There we go. We got a bunch of black ones. Okay. Those are, I think, skill tokens, basic, advanced, and so on. There's also encounter tiles and everything, but yeah, like I said, it's difficult to figure it out right on the spot. We've got these as well. Some of the icons you can recognize from the game. I think these are the basic skill tokens, the ones you just saw. And then these, the hearts, are damage tokens. Okay. Basically health, right? Alright, so that's all those done. And these are actually empty. I guess that has to do with, there's some glue here, to do with the cards that you collect, you can then save and put in here. Because like I said, these are empty. So for each character, you've got one. So here we go. There we go. So, hop, put this back in. There we go. The cards, which are probably not that easy to get out. And then more cards at the bottom. Okay. So I'm also going to check if there's anything underneath here. There's not. Okay. Okay, let's start this here. So if you don't want to have any spoilers of the cards, I suggest you skip. There are timestamps. So probably skip forward to the other stuff then. Alright, so we've got different backs. There's some chapter cards, chapter 6, chapter 3, chapter 2, chapter 1, and then these seem like character cards mostly, but we'll see. Oh, these are, I think, enemies. So we've got Nohar, Stomp, Fireballs, Fast Shoot. This is all Nohar actually. Shockwave, Body Shield. So these are bosses, I think. Bushra, Dive, Rise, Tail Attack, Fireball, Orb Spawn. Then we've got Jin, Wave Attack, Missile, Glass Cover, Spawner, Projectile, Dark Spirit. Then we've got Ooh, Bullet Hell, Shotgun, Rocket Barrage, Mesmerize, Teleports. Okay, so these are obviously bosses. These are, well, I'm only looking for the art, so the art really is not worth it, so I don't want to spoil anything here. There we go. These are actually house cards. And then we've got the chapter cards. Let's just take a look at chapter 1. So these are also things that happen, so I'm not going to go through them because, like I said, it's just going to be spoilerific, I believe, so let's leave it at that. Then we have the small cards. Let's take a look at these. So I believe these are hero talent cards. It says here 8 per hero. Too bad there's a little bit of an imprint. You can maybe see it if I do like this. You can see. But then if you sleeve it, there's a problem. So Guardian, Rage, Vault. I think it's the same art as you can see on their boards. Pushback, Evasion, Primary Attack, Rest, and then Guardian's Rage again. Rapid Combustion. So this is the same art as on their board, I'm sure. Harmonic Slam, Rain of Arrows, Evade, Primary Attack, Rest, Execute, Shadow Cloak, Fan of Knives, Primary Attack, Rest as well, Shield Slam, Heaven Strike, Shield Dash, Primary Attack, and Rest. Then we've got these cards. These seem to be enemy cards. Yeah, enemy and hazard cards. So, okay, there's nothing to see here because there's no art. We've got bats. Okay, so bats, skeleton, archer goblin, red spider, green spider, spider queen, master goblin, charger, reaper mech, anarchy spider, also anarchy spider, constructor mech, fire breather, scorpion, spear soldier, mummy, wind charger, and slipper shell, and finally wind charger and slipper shell. Okay, the same thing. All right, and then we have the second set of cards, which is a lot of hero talent cards as well. Let's see, these are all hero talent cards. Let's take a look at them. There's just like skills like Shield of Thorns, Heaven's Grace, and so on. So they look funny, but I'm not going to go through them. Then we've got these here. I think are items. These ones? Oh, no. These are some status effects or whatever. Once per turn, you can do this, you can do that. Support cards, I think. Can't really tell because it's pretty dark. These ones seem to be the lightning. These are the item cards. Yeah, item cards. Item cards and then more enemies. Let's take a look at the items first. We have Black Despair, Dragon of Soul, Electrocalypse, Emerald Shield, Heaven's Justice, Totem of Deception, Totem of Wording, Jin's Potion, Dazing Spheroid, 11th Hour, Lifelong Pal, Mighty Touch, Swift Shanks, Totem of Rostam, Totem of Anahid, Gemstone Wrapping, Bloodstrike, Brooch of Insanity, Essence of Finesse, Feather Pin, Ferocious Token, Health Potion, Ring of Ambition, Slot Machine, Stone Hide, Cursed Potion of Life, Divine Gift, Essence of Obelisk, Greater Gemstone, Hearty Invigoration, Reckless Precision, Potion of Life, Ring of Regeneration, and Unstable Relics. And then finally, these are, I believe, also enemy or hazards. Yes, they are. We have Dark Jelly, Dark Claw, Dark Shaman, Dark Masher, Dark Nest, Dark Wizards, Dark Claw, Explosive Mushroom, Poisonous Plants, Spike, Cross Spike, Explosive Mushroom again, Poison, it's the same thing again. All right, cool. So those are all the small cards, and that's actually it for this box. So then the only thing that's left actually is to check out the mats and well, actually these cards can go in here now. One thing that's they count, they don't fit. Okay, let's put them on top. Yeah, so just the mats and the expansion. Okay, so next up are the mats. Let's take a look. So obviously there are going to be a lot of them the same. So up, up, up. And then these are the first ones that are different. There we go. That's also going to be 4 of them, I guess. Yeah. So just simple mats for 4 players. That's it. But they look nice. Double stitched and everything. Seems like good quality. I have no idea if it's going to fit in here. I'm just going to have to check later on. I might make a reboxing as well, since we have to figure out where everything goes anyway. And then we have the expansion pack. 1 hero board, talent cards, bond cards, reference card, level up cards, dial track, tokens, family card traits, 10 shrine cards, and 3 dice. So let's take a look. So here is where Joey is. So automatically this is also Joey's card. There we go. So Joey. There we go. Then we've got his dial. All right. So you can see his box was already in there because it's right here. Okay. So even though his board was not in there, the other stuff is. So these are his small cards. I don't think there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff because, as you know, the art isn't that special. So you can see regular stuff. Here we have him. So rest, primary attack, forceful evasion, smite, whirlwind, and then a lot of other stuff here. Okay, so I put this here. Then 3 more dice, but as I mentioned before, it's also in this pack as well, if you have that. More for the dials, and then finally, even better, look at this. It has a storage guide as well. So this will include him as well, and everywhere everything should go. So there we go. That's perfect. Player mats, everything fits. And then also the details of this expansion. All right, and then we look at the board. Let's open this up first. There we go. So his skills. So I'm guessing the wooden tokens go in here, maybe. That would make the most sense. All right, so newly found son of Ben and an experienced brawler. Joey's large build and strong arms have made him a dependable fighter. His strikes are precise and potent, honed by a lifetime of strength and instinct in Mount Morta's rugged landscapes. All right, cool. So that's it. That's the end of the unboxing. This was Children of Morta, the board game. Looking forward to giving it a try. Doesn't seem too complicated, and I absolutely loved the video game. Not saying I was any good at it, but you know, if you haven't tried it, definitely give it a shot as well. It's often discounted these days as well, on Steam, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, my name is Joachim, and I always will be. This was So Many Games All the Time, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, don't forget to check out the podcasts. See you next time. Bye-bye.